Namaskar friends, this is NJ, your host on this channel. So friends, in this video we will have our discussion on the topic. Let me see the nakshatra deck. Let's see what nakshatra comes, and based on that I will try to reveal it to you. It is South Node Ketu. See, I did not do that intentionally. So let's have our discussion on something connected with Ketu. So see friends, when we talk about like for example how to locate Bhrigu Bindu in the chart, what could be the calculation for decoding or calculating the Arudha Lagna, Karakamsa Lagna? We all have done calculation for that. But what if I will ask you that where does your soul reside? What is the level of awareness you have reached so far in your journey? So what could be the calculation for that? So this is something friends which we will try to do in this video, purely based on the astrological calculation. Because friends, someone who might look very rich or wealthy as per the society standards, but that person might still be working with that survival consciousness, and there could be that person who does not look like to be very prosperous as per the society standards, but that person might be living his life with that discriminatory intelligence level of consciousness. So what all are the combinations in the chart? So friends, this could be a case that based on the different koshas, energy level of the body, and how you can connect the planets with that, like where you have to open up, at what stage you have to open the Navāṁśa chart, at what stage you have to see or include Ātmakāraka planet in the discussion, in the consideration. So all of that we will try to do that in this one small video, a short video. Obviously friends, because I got the card as of shadow of South Node Ketu, then that means it's the Ketu Devata only which is driving us for this discussion. So okay friends, now after this we will switch to the narration part of our today's discussion. So friends, you know that I always share the background or the backstory which leads me for selection of any topic. So just before recording this video, I had a consultation over where the client asked about her life purpose. So I was like giving attention to the ascendant lord, I was giving attention to the Ātmakāraka, and also looking at the moon nakshatra as well. But then somehow I realized that okay, this is not that structured. So let's have our structured discussion on this. Because friends, I'm sure like most of the people when they visit an astrologer, they ask about money, marriage and success. But there are like very few people who ask the real question, where does my consciousness reside and how evolved is my soul? So friends, in this video we are not discussing the predictions, we are discussing the soul location, purely connecting it with Vedic Jyotish principles. So this explanation will not tell you what you will achieve, but what you no longer need. So if you're looking for entertainment friends, this video is not for you. But if you're actually someone who has felt early disillusionment, who has questioned desire itself, and who feels the world is strangely too loud, then stay for this discussion. So friends, like what soul evolution really means. So in Vedic Jyotish, soul evolution does not mean morality, it does not mean intelligence, it does not even mean spirituality in the religious sense. Soul evolution means where awareness naturally abides. A person can be successful and still operate at survival consciousness. Another person may own nothing, yet function from discriminative wisdom. So today we will map where your consciousness actually lives, what your soul has already completed, whether this life is about experience or exit. So this knowledge is actually, it's a blend of Parāśara, Jaimini and the Nādi tradition, which I'm giving you as a combined package. And like my silent observation of many charts. So friends, now any discussion on this has to first start with if you have to understand the consciousness, the 5 consciousness levels. So ancient Vedanta speaks of 5 koshas, like layers of awareness. In astrology, these layers leave signatures, which I will tell you. So the level 1 is about the Annamaya consciousness, which means survival soul. Here the soul identifies with the body, fear and competition. And generally friends, like if you have to see that if the soul is actually at this level of consciousness, in these kind of charts you will see that there is going to be heavy focus on the first house, sixth house and the 10th house. Mars and Saturn are going to be playing a very dominant role, and Rahu might be pushing for the survival urgency as well. So such souls are not less evolved, they are just doing the necessary karmic work. So friends, I'm sure you would have understood that the very first, which we call as the Annamaya Kośa, it has more to do with the survival, body and the fear, and the chart indicator is about heavy first house, sixth house, 10th house, or this could be the domination of the Saturn and the Mars. Now let's move to the level 2, which is about the Pranamaya consciousness, which has to do with the ambition soul. Now the soul here seeks expansion, validation, legacy. And you will see in the chart indications coming in from a very strong Rahu, Venus and Moon. Success arrives before the wisdom. This is where many powerful leaders operate, but desire never rests here. So friends, I am sure you would have understood that the Pranamaya Kośa, over here the consciousness residence is at, and the attachment is with the desire, ambition, movement, and the chart indicator is going to be a strong Rahu, or this could be a 3rd or the 11th house axis emphasis. Now friends, now comes the question of the level 3, which is about the Manomaya consciousness, emotional soul. So over here consciousness lives in relationship, attachment, abandonment patterns. Moon and Venus will dominate. Marriage will become karmic. These souls are refining emotional intelligence, not chasing liberation yet. So the Manomaya Kośa has got to do with the attachment, validation. The chart indicators could be Moon and Venus are going to be dominant, and there is going to be heavy focus on the 4th house and the 7th house in the chart. Now friends, comes the Vijnanamaya Kośa, like Vijnanamaya consciousness. I would call it as the old soul. Here the shift happens, like desire weakens, meaning becomes central, and Jupiter and Ketu rise. The 9th and the 12th house activate, and these are people who become like teachers, analysts, healers, very quiet observers. They don't reject the world, but they see through it. Like so, if I were to say, the Vijnanamaya Kośa has to do with the discriminative intelligence. The consciousness resides in wisdom, in detachment. The chart indicator could be Jupiter and Ketu prominence, or this could be 5th house, 9th house and 12th house might be very accentuated. Now friends, comes the next level, level 5, which is of the Ānandamaya consciousness. We can call this as the exit soul. This is very rare. Here the soul is done wanting. Strong Mokṣa access. Ātmakāraka might be in the 12th or with Ketu. A strong inability or a strange inability to stay attached. Such people feel I don't belong here anymore. These are completion lives. And friends, so the thing is, Annamaya Kośa, which has to do with the bliss, over here you will see the witness consciousness. Ketu will dominate, and the 12th house Mokṣa patterns. See friends, I remember like a couple of days back I was watching one of the video of Osho. And his discourse in that video was on principle of letting go and surrendering to the universe. And the core moral in that lecture was that how life becomes lighter and more harmonious when we stop trying to control everything and instead let go and allow the universe or existence to handle the flow of life. Now, this is not passive resignation, it's a deep spiritual surrender that releases the ego's need to micromanage and open space for intuition, flow, and effortless intelligence. Like this way, you know that the universe has a plan bigger than your mind. There is an intelligence in existence that is simpler and wiser than the ego's agenda. When you surrender your insistence on how things must be, life unfolds more smoothly and unexpectedly beneficially for you. Inner peace comes from the trust, not through the efforts. So, friends, after knowing all of that, let's dive deeper into it. Now comes the question that we have understood different level of the consciousness, different level of the soul. So, for example, right from the Annamaya consciousness, which tells about the survival soul, Pranamaya consciousness, which tells about the ambition soul, Manomaya consciousness, which talks about the emotional soul, Vijnanmaya consciousness, which talks about the old soul, and the Ānandamaya consciousness, which talks about the exit soul. Now comes the question, the soul mapping tools. So now let us talk about how Jyotish actually maps this. So see, the very first tool which we have is of the Ātmakāraka. So Ātmakāraka, planet with the highest degree, can be seen as the soul assignment. Like Ātmakāraka, friends, is not personality. It is unresolved soul memory. Wherever Ātmakāraka sits in your chart, this is the area where consciousness repeatedly returns. Ātmakāraka in the first house, this could be identity karma. In the 7th house, relationship karma. In the 9th house, teaching karma. In the 12th house, liberation karma. And if Ātmakāraka joins Ketu, this is not a beginner's soul. So friends, in short, when you are like studying the Ātmakāraka for the soul mapping, you have to ask yourself, once you open the chart, that which house does Ātmakāraka occupy? Is Ātmakāraka conjunct with Ketu or Jupiter? Is Ātmakāraka stronger in D9 than the D1? Because that will reveal the soul's unresolved lesson. Now, in the same mapping tools, next is, and one of the most important, moon. Because that will tell about the daily consciousness residence. The moon is where you live, not philosophically, but emotionally. A wise Jupiter cannot help if the moon is drowning in fear. Moon with Saturn or Rahu means evolution through pressure. Moon with Jupiter or Ketu means consciousness tilting towards wisdom. So friends, ask yourself, once you are like studying the moon, where does the moon rest naturally? Is moon seeking safety, validation, or silence? Is moon tied to Saturn Rahu, which can tell about suffering, or Jupiter Ketu, which can talk about wisdom? So this will reveal the daily consciousness residence. Now friends, the tool 3 is about our favorite Ketu, which is about past life completion. Ketu shows what the soul has already exhausted. Strong Ketu creates boredom, not talent. If Ketu dominates, relationship feel repetitive, ambition feels hollow, pleasure feels thin. Now this is not a sign of the depression. This is completion memory. So friends, generally at this stage, you have to open the chart. While studying Ketu, ask yourself, what houses does Ketu dominate? Is the native bored with Ketu areas? Is Ketu influencing Ātmakāraka, moon, or D9? So this will reveal what the soul has already mastered. Now friends, now the next tool which you have to use is, it's very obvious, it has to do with the Navāṁśa, because that will tell about the soul age. Because D1 shows what happens and D9 shows who you are. If D9 is wiser than D1, you are not here to win, you are here to understand. Many evolved souls live small lives with vast inner universes. I guess that is the reason, like even Adi Shankaracharya, many enlightened beings, they did not live that long. And friends, when you are like studying the Navāṁśa, then you have to ask yourself once you open the chart, is D9 more spiritual than D1? Are Mokṣa houses, 4th house, 8th house, 12th house more emphasized? Does Saturn mature the soul or crush it? So this will reveal actual soul maturity, not just the outer life. And friends, the last segment is again, the way I have mentioned that to locate the soul evolution, always ask, where is Ātmakāraka pulling the consciousness? Where does the moon naturally rest? What has Ketu already dissolved? Is D9 more detached than D1? Is Mokṣa stronger than the Artha? Where these answers overlap, that is where your soul's current station. So friends, if you have found this video unsettling or little bit perplexing, so I'm sure it is good. It is for good, because this knowledge is not meant to comfort the ego. It is meant to liberate perception. Many of you like listening to this are not meant to achieve more. You are meant to complete more. If this resonates, please write like silence in the comments, not for the algorithm, but to recognize each other. So friends, I hope you found this video informational, and whatever your inputs are, whatever is working out in your case, how much it is getting applicable, do share that in the comment section, friends, because I have to do a lot of the brainstorming and I have to connect many attributes to connect it with different aspects of the spirituality. And let me wrap up the discussion with pulling another card. Let's see with what card we will complete or culminate our this discussion. Again shadow. I guess I don't know how to shuffle the cards well. Prosperity, Punarvasu, star of renewal. So looks like we are going to have another discussion on this. If it is Punarvasu, then it means there is going to be second attempt on this as well. So okay friends, for further more updates and notification on the divine science of Vedic astrology, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on my Instagram account. धन्यवाद.